Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to begin in Africa again, and the African Cold War is going to begin today. We're also going to mostly look at Central Africa, but anyway, let's begin. Like, subscribe. All right, so let's begin by actually working out the situation down here. So if you remember from the last video, which was pre-scheduled, which means I might have missed a lot of things because this video is not pre-scheduled, which means it's made like the day right before it's supposed to be uploaded. The other video was made like a month ago. Even though it released like 6 days ago, it was made a month ago. So I don't remember that much. Anyway, okay. So also we hit our goal of 800 subscribers, so that's good. Now let's try to hit 900 subscribers. But so down here, the entire thing is like basically managed and operated by the red team, and red team stays in it. Well, the north is having some political instability. However, the blue team has quickly moved in to try to restabilize this place. Down here, these guys are both linked to the blue team, right? So we're going to begin this by actually making a new alliance. And for this alliance, I'm going to grab this red. We're going to paint it over here. We're going to grab the green that was down here. Yup. I'm going to paint that on here. Then we're going to actually grab the blue that was right here. And we're going to paint that on 3 of these. And okay, this. Okay. Now let's paste that down. Good enough, I guess. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Okay. So yeah, these guys are gonna join that new alliance, so are these guys, and so is the blue team themselves. Now basically what this new alliance is it's like an African coalition against the red team. That's literally all. That's all it is. Just an African coalition against the red team. Is that big enough? Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's 47 thickness should be good. Yeah, that's better. Um these guys are going to be a part of it. Nope, that's too big for them. That is way too big for them. These guys are going to be a part of it, and these guys are going to be a part of it. So we got 3 founding members. However, quickly it's going to expand. The Mamluks are going to apply to join. And remember, these guys are a puppet of the blue team, so they're going to get accepted right away. And they're also going to join. I'm going to put their, like, mark right here. These guys are going to get a little bit... They're going to... I think... Wait, are they a puppet of the blue team? Well, they're gonna have some strained ties because they still like the red team a little bit more since the blue team took away a bunch of land from them. Obviously, these guys are gonna join. However, basically just the north is joining. In other words, red team is obviously in response to all of this going to make their own alliance, and that's gonna be with them. So I forgot about the Roman alliance as well. But anyway, so we're going to grab the red team color. And I think the founding member of this is probably like Carthage might actually just be the only country. What other country really wants to join this? Somalia, yeah. So I guess they're just gonna like start to spread influence. I don't think there's like a single country here left that wants to join them, like fully join. Kind of like the Mamluks. They're kind of just on their own. Over here, these guys are now going to officially incorporate this region. So that's all going to become like one major country. And over here, the blue team is going to launch a new campaign, a propaganda campaign within Shanghai. And this propaganda campaign is going to go very well in the way that they don't want. It is going to inspire some change, or it's going to inspire a civil war. It's going to inspire a civil war inside of Japan. So basically, a bunch of Japanese immigrants, or not immigrants, tourists, came to the capital while the thing was happening, and they kind of like just went back to Japan after they saw the freedom because the blue team was portraying freedom. Except they mistook it for that freedom being from Shanghai. They came back to tell stories. They came back to South Korea mainly, and those stories eventually became bigger and bigger, and the snowball effect made it look even better and better. And then these people wanted to declare civil war. The South Koreans wanted independence from Japan in order to get funding from the blue team for their own massive projects. Now, blue team is not going to complain. However, they are going to complain because that was meant to throw off Shanghai, and Shanghai is not going to complain because they're going to use this as an opportunity to invade. Quickly, they're going to move through, absolutely destroying the Japanese as they're with the Japanese now kind of insanely scared because this is the first time the Koreans have been able to stand up to them. We're gonna have Shanghai absolutely annihilate these guys, absolutely annihilated, and eventually that's gonna get capitulated completely. So now Shanghai has complete control over that northern nation. They're also going to begin border clashes here. However, nothing major is gonna happen. Blue team, however, is going to try to basically just invade Tokyo, knock the Japanese out of the war completely, and like that's just like make it easier for everyone. So they're gonna make a landing. It's a pretty small landing, however, it is going to open up the gates of hell and let all the other blue team troops through. And yeah, they are gonna get pushed back. However, even more are gonna land. And quickly, they're going to begin their invasion. They're gonna start moving in, and they're going to reach Tokyo. They're going to quickly capture Tokyo, knocking the Japanese out of the war, while the Civil War is going to intensify. It is going to they're going to capture most of the South, and they're going to set up a ceasefire. So now, looking at this ceasefire, we are going to have a peace treaty. That colored in way too much. Let me drop the peace treaty, and then I'll be back. With that, we officially have the return of Korea, but South Korea, because they do not want to be linked to their old country. These guys are Korea. These guys are South Korea. Actually, we're gonna change their name. Since these guys are Korea, these guys are going to be this the Peninsula Republic, because they're on the Korean Peninsula. Anyway, remember, the Mamluks are in an alliance with these guys because these guys are mostly Mamluk people. They're just too far away to be a part of the Mamluks. So remember that also. That's going to help later on. And then we can go back to the blue team, where I think they're finally going to settle these lands. Finally. So first things first, they're going to well, actually they're not going to settle. Well, they are going to settle it, but like, actually, are they going to settle it? Okay, no, we're going to say no. They're not going to settle it. What's actually going to happen is they're going to settle a little bit of it, and then the rest is going to go to these guys. Yeah. No, this looks horrible. Okay, they are going to settle it then. We have decided they will be settling it. So this is going to be settled immediately. The other thing is going to get settled, actually, surprisingly, by um these guys who are going to quickly move. They're going to purchase this. Basically, they're going to tell the blue team, "Can you like stay away from this so we can take it?" And they're going to take it. Now over here, another purchase is going to be made. Basically, because the blue team is fearing war, they're going to basically give up a little bit of land, but also really like sell a bit of land. Basically, Hyderabad, the state, is this Hyderabad? Is this where Hyderabad is in like modern India? No, Hyderabad is in the north. What is this? I know this is like a big thing. I know this is like something that was important back when India was getting its independence. I don't know. We're just gonna call it Central India. Either way, they they claimed a pretty big chunk of land within the blue team. They used to claim it. They still do claim it. It's just not as big of a deal because they have bigger issues like the Mughals. So the blue team, in an effort to get a lot of cash really fast, okay, that looks absolutely disgusting. I need to lock in on my border making. They're going to they're gonna basically, why can't it look better? Okay, there we go. That still looks horrible, but we're gonna let it slide this time. And over here, they're probably gonna have to claim some as well. They're gonna claim just a little bit over here, just a little thing, just like that, right? And then, okay, that's disgusting. Anyways, no, hold on, we're gonna get to it. They're gonna get, yeah, there we go. Okay, so they're gonna purchase a lot of land. They're gonna purchase these two pieces of land, which are big chunks of what they claim. They actually claim way more than that. They claim like almost all of central India. However, the blue team is not gonna let. Actually, they claim this thing, but like all the way out till the coast. Blue team's not gonna give them anything with the coast, so they will settle for this deal. They do try to negotiate a little bit, try to get the price down. However, they're gonna fail because blue team knows that they're very desperate for this land since their like population is growing much faster than is growing really fast, and they're running out of places to build houses. It's not like they can't afford it; they just physically don't have space anymore. So, knowing that these guys are desperate, and also the blue team themselves are pretty desperate, both countries know that the other is very desperate, and so this deal is reached somewhat quickly. Back over here in Persia, different rebel groups are gonna form, making this land even more dangerous. And basically, like, small little groups. Because remember, gray means like colonized, but not. Like there's people that live there. It's just either shared or, in Persia's case, so destroyed that literally no one can handle living there. In this case, these guys share it. Anyways, so the red team is also going to expand. They're going to basically develop a little bit more into France, and the French are going to respond by developing a little bit more also. So both sides are going to begin their expand. That looks horrible. I don't know why I suck at drawing now. Yeah, okay, that's better. They're going to expand over there, while the red team is going to continue their expansion into the north. Now, here's the thing about the red team's expansion to the north. Obviously, we know, if you've watched the other episodes, we know that France wants everything that's north because no one else claims it. Everyone's like stuck in the Mediterranean. They're like the real Europeans because in this world, the Mediterranean is just an extension of Africa. Because all those countries were made from like African countries. Like the first settlements in Rome, Greece, they were all from African nations. And even politically and culturally, they're African and Middle Eastern. They're not actually European. France might be the only country that's like, and the Crimeans that are like actually European. They were built in Europe. Their cultural ties are pretty unique from the rest of the people. So they both like claim everything north because people are thinking that the north is actually unlimited unlimited land, which I mean kind of true over here, but it's also really snowy. So yeah, they want as much stuff as possible. There's also lore. Yeah. There's also lore that there's islands out from the shore over here. They're rich with minerals, and I mean that's kind of true, but I wouldn't say rich with minerals. I don't know that much about this in real life, but I'm pretty sure the UK is not that rich with minerals. Like crazy rich. They're not crazy rich. So yeah. Now we're gonna move to Romania before we move into Africa. And Romania, I would like to remind you, this is real Romania. This is real Romania. This is not real Romania. This Romania is tied to the Romans. This Romania is somewhat independent and kind of tied to the Crimean. Actually, not tied to the Crimeans. They're just mad at the original government who's now controlled by the Red Team. So they made their own nation. Either way, all of Romania is split, and the Romanians don't like that. So they're gonna enter negotiations. Basically, the Romanians who live in the Balkan part are going to hold a referendum. Half want to join these guys, the other half want to join the Balkans. It's a pretty clear fact that these guys they don't like they don't no one wants to join these guys. However, somehow the election results are going to begin, and a massive amount of people are going to decide they actually want to vote to join these guys. That's going to force that to become a real option. Yeah, you see where this is going. This is exactly what happened in Crimea. The Crimean election was rigged, and now this one's going to get rigged by the red team as well. Coincidentally, the polls are also somehow, some way. We don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. Somehow, some way, they're all located in this very small region that has that's notorious for having a lot of red team supporters and a lot of red team troops in it. And the election results are going to come in. Thankfully, it's not going to be completely rigged, but it's going to be mostly rigged. Basically, these guys are going to come last place, but not by as much as people were expecting. Eventually, the red team is going to say that they did rig it, and they are going to apologize, which is going to lead to a revote, and that is where everything is going to change. Number one thing is going to be independence. It's not a thing, not a choice. However, now it is independence. They don't want to be with these guys. They don't even want to be with these guys. Second place is joining these guys for the record. So with that, they're going to declare independence. Now, neither the Romans nor the Balkans are going to ever accept this. And so with the Balkan thing that's completely controlled by the Romans, an invasion is going to be led. Quickly, the Balkans are going to spread through. Obviously, with their much stronger military, they're going to destroy most of the military checkpoints, things like the border checkpoints, and they're going to capture most of the land. However, this is where they underestimate the absolute importance of patriotism because these guys, so patriotically, they're just gonna keep fighting. Basically, yeah, that's it. They're just gonna keep fighting. They're not gonna let the war end. They're also gonna say they don't want any peace treaty that doesn't involve them having independence, which the Romans are gonna respond to by saying we don't want any peace treaty that involves you having the independence. Quickly, obviously, these guys are way too weak to actually survive, so the Balkans are going to slowly but surely start taking over more and more. They're actually going to cut this off from here, which is going to kill the supply, the aid, which is going to finally force these guys into capitulation. However, the people are still going to fight. Over here, the invasion is going to continue. And now these guys a little bit sick of what's happening because they're like, bruh, we literally should have won this. And no one wants these guys to actually be independent. So the real winner is going to be these guys technically because no one's actually going to let these guys be independent. And now most people seeing like how they're getting absolutely bashed also really don't want to be independent. They think it's easier to be independent by being with these guys than it is to be with these guys. So these guys are going to have a warm welcome as they also launch their military campaign. However, they're going to be pushed back by Roman allied things, like Roman allied militias. Eventually, peace and stability is going to prosper once again, as after reaching all the way over here, the remaining troops are going to surrender, and yeah, that's it. Peace treaty. There's a few things to know about this peace treaty. Technically, there's no border changes. However, there's a complete replace of government, one that will completely support joining the Balkans. They're also banned from having any other referendums, banned from showing support for any other team but the Balkans and the Roman team. And last but not least, they are fully annexed into Balkania. I'm not going to color that because it is still like kind of independent, but this border is mostly non-existent, so they're kind of going to get their wish. It's also going to lead to something else happening, and that is a demographics flip in this area. Because now most people are going to be Romanian since a lot of Romanians don't want to live over here anymore. But by far it's probably gonna be these guys who are winning because these guys sold out to the red team. So this is real Romania because these guys are just Balkan puppets, red team puppets. So real Romania. Um, Now we're gonna look at them back in Africa, where um, the Mamluks thing, the Mamluk what am I talking about exactly? I'm forgetting this. Uh, Hold on, let me think, let me remember. Oh yeah, the Mamluk application. Yeah, the application they had to join the blue team. Finally, it's gonna go through and is going to be rejected. Basically, the blue team is gonna say, we really don't want to have to come to defend you while you boarded the red team, but we can still remain friends. We can still remain friends. We will help you build up your resources just in case the red team invades you, but we're going to use you as a roadblock. We're not actually helping you defend. And the red team knows this is happening. So as a bunch of trucks go into the Mamluk Empire and begin industrializing the Mamluks and helping them modernize, one truck reaches all the way over here, near a little town near Alexandria, a little town near Alexandria, this town. And oh my god, the red team is actually going to kill them. Basically, every single truck is guarded by a lot of blue team troops, and this particular truck is actually not guarded by blue team troops, it's guarded by Mamluk troops. And somehow, some way, the Mamluks accidentally get a little bit too close to the border, and the blue team is going to take the red team is going to take the first shot, and they're going to shoot and kill the driver, who is a blue team citizen. So that's going to make the blue team really mad. Right when the other blue team troops arrive, they're going to see a horrible scene. That's going to be a complete fight. The red team is going to quickly break out a little bit into the Mamluks, and basically what's just happened is that one thing, because these guys got too close, is going to be the start of a war with the Mamluks, and the red team is going to quickly capture the entire border town, and the Alexandrians government, which is, you have to remember, it's a little bit different than the red team's government. It's like a prince who controls it and takes orders from the red team. However, has a lot of autonomy. He's going to order the invasion, and now the red team's going to respond. The red team is going to be like, yeah, we support him. Because the Mamluks are basically going to take this issue up to the red team and say, like, bro, your little puppet type thing just tried to invade us. And the red team is basically going to tell the Mamluks to go cry because they're not doing anything about it. So the Mamluks are going to get absolutely cooked. The blue team is not going to like this, though, so they're going to stage an intervention. They're going to basically take these two up to a higher power. They're going to make them meet up in this place. Yeah, these guys' place. Now, surprisingly, the Mamluks are not going to be invited to this because they're in no place to really argue, if I'm being honest. And, well, that's at least what the blue team says. They are going to slow down the red team front a lot, but the blue team, as much as they were capping about like being able to destroy the red team, realistically speaking, they really do not want to have to go through this war because it's going to be so hard on their economy. And so the Mamluks, knowing that they're just trying to end it, so the Mamluks are going to be like, they're just going to cut ties with the blue team. They're going to be like, okay, don't invite us, fine. They're going to look towards the Romans for support. And the French, who are one of the big council members on the Romans team, are going to basically be like, let's support them. This might be our only chance to defeat the red team. And so I don't remember what I called these guys, but let's just say that those guys. I'm not even going to try to name them because anything I say will probably be controversial. These guys are going to start. They're going to be like the main port, and they're going to start supplying. Now, this is important that they're the main port because any of these places could be the main port and get bombed by the red team. However, since they're the main port, that changes things because the red team can't really like go into that. That is insanely protected. So the red team's gonna have to like end this quickly because they can't afford this anymore. Quickly, Alexandria is gonna fall, and the red team is gonna pour all their resources into making sure Alexandria falls, in the hopes that because obviously if you lose your capital, you're gonna surrender, right? Wrong. The Mamluks are not gonna surrender. Back over here, the blue team is going to get into the negotiations, and they're basically gonna say, all right, what about this? You get like a little bit of a connection to your Alexandrian state. Um, to make sure something like this never happens again, we will move out all our operations from northern Mamluk areas, and we'll move them all down into the south thing, and we'll keep the north off limits for our investment trucks and stuff like that. By the way, these aren't actually trucks; these are just like horse carriages. Nothing like that has even been invented yet. And you, in turn, will pull out of this capital. Now, the capital, I want you to know, has not been burned yet. It's actually being held hostage because the red team says, "Give us all of this and pull out from all of Mamluk, or else we burn the capital if you don't." They also give like the blue team like 2 weeks to think of something because if it is not peace by 2 weeks, their troops have orders to completely burn the capital, and no one wants that because the capital is an important trading hub for the blue team and for the red team. It's really important because ships usually stay here before going through the Sinai. However, the red team is like saying they will take the risk. Here's where everything changes. The Romans are going to lead an invasion, one that no one really saw coming, an invasion of the Red Team. A surprise invasion is launched into Greece, completely taking out the um, entire like colony. They're also going to invade this heavily fortified island, finding a lot of government secrets and technologies, and that's going to help them get their own catapults, which are going to be used to basically also really OP ships, which is going to be used to launch another invasion right here. And now they're going to give the Ottomans a little chance to do something too. They're going to tell the Ottomans to get out, and they're going to tell the Ottomans to also invade the Red Team. And the Ottomans are going to do just that, because they're trying to please the Romans right now. If you remember last episode, and they're going to quickly begin their invasions. And yeah, this is not looking good for the Red Team. Also, the Mamluks, you remember the Mamluks? They're going to actually recover their capital. They're going to not only recover their capital, but also push the Red Team back very far. And if all of this wasn't bad enough, the Blue Team is going to pull out of negotiations. They're going to be like, you know what? We actually don't even want to do these negotiations. We trust that the Mamluks can do this. However, we do want to see an end faster. The Mamluks are going to deliver exactly that. They're going to push the Red Team completely back. The Red Team is going to be left with nothing. And if that didn't already hurt enough, we're going to have the invasion of Alexandria. The biggest, most populated city, richest by GDP per capita and GDP. Basically, everything that can measure successibility of something, it's number one in, except for military, obviously. Best city, not even arguable. Best city. Even everyone says it's the best city by people, by culture, by money, everything on the entire Mediterranean. And it's finally captured by Mamluks. If you're wondering 1 second, it's one of the cities on either side of this thing, probably the one over here. Yeah, that's gonna hit hard. The Mamluks are gonna retake Alexandria. The Romans are also in not wanting to escalate even further, quickly going to pull out, not wanting to make the Red Team too mad. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, the Mamluks are cooked. Oh, okay, I think I undid this a little bit way too much. We're gonna redo. Okay, there we go. Undo, 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 redo, undo. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, the Mamluks, they're gonna take this. They're also going to now be really good with the Romans. However, they're not going to be allowed to join because remember, it's only a North Mediterranean alliance. South is not allowed to join. And also, the Mamluks don't actually want to join because, after becoming this close to losing their entire country and realizing how much support the Blue Team actually gives them and how much they need the Blue Team to be able to live, they're going to dethrone their king. They're going to replace him with a new one who wants to reform the entire government. And that's going to be the king's son. And he's going to quickly start reforming things, bring the Mamluks into a state of neutrality, somewhat favoring the Romans. However, they're going to say they have no grudges against the Red Team. Red Team has a lot of grudges against them, though. And Red Team's actually still going to claim that they hold on to Alexandria, that Alexandria still belongs to them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna focus even more on Africa, even more on Africa in the upcoming videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.